In Walk Out, Walk On, each story elaborates on the community's transformation toward connection. In each instance, the community's trajectory on a spectrum shifted. In Mexico, hierarchical practices of scaling up shift into more connective focus in scaling across. In Brazil, a power over mindset was transformed into power with through play. In Zimbabwe, the elusive value of efficiency in human systems shifted to resiliency. In India, a transactional approach to reciprocity shifted to a gifting culture. In South Africa, a sense of place rooted in problem was shifted to one looking at possibility. And in Greece, depending on external expertise, was shifted to trusting the connective potential of friendship. Each of these shifts requires critical thinking in terms of connectivity to strengthen community. Each place was made more whole by thinking about balancing needs with resources rather than hoping for a hero, and communities hosted their own solutions. The effectiveness that we are able to have in the world in sharing our beliefs and values depends on our ability to connect to others. Our ability to connect to others is dependent on how well we are able to shift our perspective toward fostering connection. Changing our mindset from one of polarity to one of connectivity is a matter of recognizing layers of spectrum and making a conscious shift toward inclusion, which stabilizes emotional insecurity. This is how it can look when all of the spectrums combine and balance in terms of connectivity is being sought. For instance, when it comes to exclusionary group identities, rejection is important to identify because pushing others away is isolating behavior. When it comes to inclusion, acceptance is important. Acceptance promotes emotional stability. Power with is usually the way to go, but imagine being on a boat and having a need for a captain with the authority to dictate instruction so the crew can survive a storm. In that situation, the more connective is more power over than power with. Taking the time to consult with the crew would potentially be the difference between surviving or not. Critical thinking factors in the circumstances. Centering self in terms of connectivity depends on many factors, such as perspective, timing, and other situational specifics. By using critical thinking rooted in emotional stability, we are able to center ourselves in a position so we can see from our mind stage where we need to put our actions and how, strategically, in order to be the most effective. Thank you.